and Wild of Wild Wandering. This is our shoulder stretch for climbers. I hope you find some relief and some tension here. I've really handpicked some of my favorite exercises and stretches to help relieve my own shoulder and upper back pain after some intense days of climbing. You can use this video, of course, as a warm-up if you prefer, but it's also great for a rest day or immediately after you've been climbing, or sometimes, you know, the next morning when you wake up feeling really stiff. So for class today, I'm going to go ahead and find a strap. If you are not a yogi and you don't have a yoga strap, that's okay. What you could do instead is grab a belt. You could grab a sweatshirt. You could grab a shoestring. You could grab really anything that is going to allow you to extend your arms out. As such, we'll be doing some shoulder rolls here. And then optional yoga block if you'd like, or you could really use any item here. It could be a water bottle, or you could even go ahead and use this strap that we're using for other things. So go ahead and pause this if you need to go find those items. If not, we'll go ahead and get started. I like to always start with some movement with my shoulders. It really helps to bring some heat and some energy, so before we find some of those deeper stretches, finding some active movement. So starting with our strap here, do this from standing. You could do it from seated, but it might be a little bit intense on your back. So I do invite you to stand up. If you're feeling energized enough to do that here, we'll go ahead and bring the strap out wider than our shoulder distance here. So arms out to the side. And our palms are gonna be on top. So you see I have my thumbs tucked underneath. Palms, find a nice grip. And as we find this movement, know that you can change your grip along this however you'd like. The wider your arms are, the easier this is going to be. The closer together, the more intense it's going to be. All right, so finding that strap, we'll inhale, and we'll start by just lifting it up overhead, noticing how this feels. You can maybe rotate side to side, maybe twist the body. Just starting to bring awareness to those shoulders. And then what we're going to do is we're going to see if you can keep the elbows straight here, so the arms straight. We're gonna drop this down our back. So rotating those shoulders. And then inhale, we'll bring it up overhead and towards the front. The faster you make this movement, the easier it is to keep the arms straight. If we're going really slow here, we have this tendency to bend one elbow or the other. So on an inhale, swing it up. If you have a slight bend in your elbows, that's okay. You could always bring it wider to see how that feels. And then we'll exhale, bring it down in front of us. Inhale to lift up, exhale, rotate to the back. Inhale to lift up, exhale, forward. Good, and we'll take that back and forth. I notice it's easier for me to keep those arms extended as I'm coming back forward, but as I'm bringing forward, sometimes my elbows bend slightly. That's okay, just being intentional here. Good, and the next time it's up overhead, we'll stay there and then actively pull as if you're trying to rip this rope, this strap in half, finding that activation in the arms. And then slightly press the chest forward and the arms slightly back so that those shoulders roll away from the ears and those shoulder blades squeeze together behind you here. Breathe. Good, and then go ahead, release. Do a couple of shoulder shrugs here, rolling the shoulders forward and back. Good, and then we'll bring the arms back up overhead. And what we're gonna do here is you can drop the strap out of the left hand. Right arm's gonna face in here. And that left arm tucks behind us here to grab the strap, and then we pull. So you can lengthen here, and again, finding that activation. So pull here, your chest might open up a little bit. Good, then go ahead, release the left hand. Swing that arm around here. I'm twisting as I do it. You don't need to twist. And find that grip once again. And then we'll bring arms up overhead. We'll drop the right hand this time. Bring that left fist in, and then that right arm wraps around, grabs the strap. Stretch that out here. Good, and then release everything. Let that drop off to the side. We'll go ahead and come down onto the earth or your mat here if you're using one. And we'll go ahead and bring our hands together. So this is a really simple one, no props needed. I do this one in the middle of the day all the time. I'll just take a break and take 2 of these. So we'll go ahead, bring the elbows together, bring the outside of the hands together. See if you can lower the shoulders down the back. And then as you inhale, we'll slightly bend the back forward as we gaze up. Exhale, open those arms out to our goalposts or our cactus arms, squeezing those shoulder blades together behind you as you continue to gaze up and your tilt is slightly up. Good, on your next exhale, bring those arms back together. We stay for the inhale, and then exhale, we round down, keeping those arms together. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, open up to the sky. Good, stay for the inhale. Exhale, bring the arms together. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, fold down. We'll take one more. Inhale to rise. Exhale, open up. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, bring the arms together. Exhale, round. Good, and then inhale, come up to neutral spine. You can take those shoulder movements here a little bit, just loosen up. Good. And then we are going to find another stretch with our arms behind the back. So that strap was a little bit of a warm-up. You can use the strap here if you'd like. You can use a block, water bottle, whatever you would like. I'm going to turn around so you can see me. You can sit cross-legged. You can sit on the knees. You could stand up here. You could do this from a chair. However you'd like to, go ahead. I'm going to demonstrate with the block, but again, you could use a water bottle. You could use a strap here. What you'll do is you'll raise it above the head here, bend the elbow, come behind you here, bringing that block or that object to your low back. Left arm's going to wrap around and grab the bottom of the block. Now, if you have really good flexibility here and you want to try to reach those fingers together, clasping the fingers, you can do that here, all just options. I'll show again with the strap as well. Just gives you a little bit more length here. So you could be working from here as well. As long as you're feeling a nice stretch, taking any option that works here. And then notice as that right elbow is up there here, we have this tendency, right, to tuck our chin down. See if you can lift the head here, really pressing the head into the back of that arm here. Makes the stretch even more intense. Knit those abs in here at the same time to support the back. Good. Take a couple more breaths. And then slowly release, extend those arms out to the side. Palms press out. Good. Lower them here and we'll set up for the other side. So taking that object if you're using it or the strap, inhale, left arm above. Exhale, bend the elbow, placing that object along the back here and then wrapping that right arm underneath to grab it. Again, press that head back into the top of the left arm. And just notice how this side feels, right? It might feel different from the other side. Know that that's okay, that's normal. Add one more breath here. And then release, extend those arms out to the side. This time we'll press the palms down, fingertips down. Good, and then shake it out, shrug it out here. One last really good stretch here. In yoga, we call it our eagle arms. I'm gonna offer a couple of different variations for you. We'll extend our arms straight out, and we'll bring our right arm over top of our left. So the first version of this would be to bend the elbows and grab opposite shoulders. And you can work with it right here. Sometimes it's gonna be a really good stretch as it is. Another option, right arm comes over left, tucking those elbows together. We bend the arms, and you can bring the backs of the hands together, or you can wrap that left hand all the way around, finding that clasp, that full twist. Wherever you are, see if you can roll the shoulders up and down the back so we're not scrunched in, such as this. Lift the elbows up to shoulder height. And then if those palms are in that eagle pose, see if you can bring the hands away from the face here. Finding a little movement to begin with here. Inhale is lifted. Exhale, we begin to round the spine, bringing those elbows towards the belly button. See that stretch along the upper back. Inhale to lift back up, and we'll find movement just like this. So exhale, round. Inhale to come back up. Exhale to round. Inhale back up. We're going to take one more. Exhale, round. Inhale, come back up. And then we're going to pause somewhere. So if it feels really good at the top, stay at the top. If you want to round in a little bit, round in. We'll pause and hold for a few breaths. Again, you could be in that same position, grabbing opposite shoulders here. And inhale to come back up. Pause at the top. And then open, extend arms out to the side. Press those palms out. Once more, find that extension in the back. Maybe even lower the hands to the earth behind you. Press the chest forward. Gaze up. And exhale, come back through center. Shake out the arms if you'd like to here. And then we'll take the other side. So extending our arms out straight, left arm stacks over right this time. You can grab those opposite elbows or find your version of those eagle arms. Drop shoulders down, elbows up, hands away from the face here if they're in those eagle arms. And we'll take that movement. So exhale, elbow to belly button, round in. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, round. Inhale, rise. Exhale, round in. Inhale to rise, maybe noticing how this side may or may not feel different from the other. One more time, exhale, round. Inhale to come up. Good, and then finding a place that you want to hold for a few breaths. You could stay lifted or round in, your choice. I find that when I round, I have more extension along my upper back, and that feels really good in my body. But take whatever you need to, whatever feels good for you today. And one more breath here. On your next inhale, we'll all meet back up at the top. Slowly unwind the arms, pressing the fingertips down, wrists reaching forward. I almost said toes, that's why I'm laughing. And then go ahead, drop the arms, take a couple of shoulder shrugs here. Maybe walk those hands back, lifting the chest, the gaze up. And then coming back forward, rolling through the neck a couple times here. And there you have it. Hopefully that helped relieve a little bit of the pressure and the tension. I invite, of course, if you liked any of these exercises or these stretches, to find one that works for you and hold it longer. That's always going to allow us to get deeper into the stretch and find a little bit more release. So feel free to watch this again, or go ahead and take one of those stretches in isolation and work with it on your own. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me. I hope you will join me again for one of my other Yoga for Climber videos. And in the meantime, have a great day. Namaste.